You get that feeling sometimes, right? Like things are changing so fast, it's almost impossible to keep up. Well, that's AI right now, especially with everyone talking about AI agents.
Yeah, it really is.
So we're diving into a keynote speech today, one that has got everyone buzzing, and believe me, it lives up to the hype.
It does. And what I think is so interesting is how the speaker captures this feeling of breakneck speed.
Yeah.
He compares the pace of AI development to like a hold my beer competition,
Yeah.
among engineers,
Okay.
which is a funny image, but it really gets across how quickly things are accelerating.
Right. It seems like every few months, AI isn't just taking a step forward, it's doing like a victory lap.
Totally.
And the speaker goes straight into talking about these huge leaps in AI models.
Makes sense. That's the foundation of everything else.
Exactly. He's saying these models are evolving so fast in a few really key ways. First off, they're getting bigger. I mean, which I guess isn't that surprising, but
Yeah, we're talking neural networks that are just massive here. They dwarf anything that we've ever seen before.
okay, so bigger is almost a given at this point, but he's also saying they're getting better. So what does that actually like? What's the takeaway there?
It's all about capability.
Okay.
These larger models are able to look at information and make connections in ways that, frankly, weren't possible before. It's not just about doing a ton of calculations. It's a deeper understanding of language and context, even reasoning, it seems like.
And then there's the whole speed factor on top of it, which is kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. The speaker uses Moore's law, which basically says computer power doubles every 2 years or so, and even that feels slow compared to what we're seeing in AI.
AI is like, hold my beer, Moore's law, watch this.
Uh-huh.
We're seeing advancements happen at a pace that's just, it's outstripping even what people thought was possible. For you listening, this means the potential of AI isn't years away. It's happening right now.
This is so true. And it's not just about, the individual models getting better, it's how they're being used. Like he talks about this whole multimodality thing, which just sounds super technical. Can you break that down for us?
Okay, so imagine you're learning something totally new. You might read about it, look at pictures, maybe watch a video. You're using multiple senses, right, to try to build a complete picture.
Sure.
That's what multimodality means for AI. It's moving beyond just text.
So instead of just processing words on a page, AI can now analyze images, understand audio, even like interpret a video.
Exactly.
Yeah, huge.
Think about the implications of that. An AI that can watch a movie and understand the plot, the character's emotions, even the director's style. We're talking about AI that can process the world more like we do.
Okay, so we've got bigger, better, faster AI models that can process the world through all these lenses. But the question on everyone's mind is, what does this all mean? Where does it lead?
This leads right into the biggest part of the keynote AI agents. And the speaker's point is that these aren't just some, like, cool tech demo, They're a totally different way of thinking about how we use technology.
Okay, AI agents. So I know there's a ton of excitement about this, but I'm also hearing some people wondering if this is just another buzzword. What makes these AI agents different?
I think that's a fair question. What really makes agents stand out from a standalone AI is that they can operate on their own and achieve some kind of goal, even if it takes multiple steps.
Okay.
It's like, think about the difference between having a calculator and having an actual assistant who can use that calculator, but also do a ton of other things to, like, manage your money, for example.
So it's not just about processing information, it's about taking that information and then doing something with it, maybe across different platforms and systems.
Yeah, exactly. And he makes a good point that agents exist on a spectrum. A super simple agent might be something we see all the time now, like a recommendation engine that suggests products based on your browsing history.
Okay, that's relatable. We've all seen those. What about on the more complex end? What does a sophisticated AI agent look like?
Imagine an agent that helps you plan a trip. You give it the details, where you want to go, your budget, what you like to do, and then the agent goes out and checks flight databases, hotel booking sites, even restaurant reviews, all on its own, and then creates a full itinerary.
Wow, that's really impressive. It'd be like having some kind of, super powered travel agent at your beck and call 24/7.
Exactly.
So the speaker emphasized that all AI agents, no matter how complex, share some common things. What are they?
3 things: AI models, tool utilization, and memory. We've talked about AI models, but the tools, the things get really interesting.
So like our travel agent that needs access to all those flight and hotel platforms, any AI agent has to be able to use the digital world too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It could be something like accessing customer data or using a design tool, maybe even posting on social media for you. This ability to use tools is what makes these agents so powerful in the real world.
And the memory's super important too. I mean, a forgetful agent wouldn't be very helpful.
Right. And the speaker used a great example. Imagine walking into a room and forgetting why you're there. So frustrating, right?
The worst.
But unlike us, AI agents have a really good memory so they can remember information from previous tasks and use that information to do new things.
So they're not just completing one task, they're learning and adapting, which seems almost, well, human.
Yeah, and that's what's so exciting about all this, but also a little unsettling. AI agents really blur the lines between what we think humans can do and machine intelligence.
And that brings us to a company that's at the forefront of all of this, Agent.AI. They're not just building AI agents, they're building a whole ecosystem.
An ecosystem. So you're saying these agents won't just be working for us, but like with each other too.
That's exactly it. He uses Agent.AI as an example to show how they're creating a space where agents can actually interact and work together, not just building individual agents.
Okay, so what could this agent ecosystem look like? Give us an example.
Well, imagine a network where you have all these agents for specific tasks, just like you find apps in an app store, right? So you need to analyze some market trends.
Right.
Boom, there's an agent for that. You want to automate your social media, there's an agent for that too.
And since they can talk to each other, share data, you could have them working together in the background to do even bigger things. Exactly. The speaker used the example of a marketing team using a whole bunch of AI agents. Like one agent handles the content creation, another one is managing the social media posting, and a third one's analyzing all the data from the campaigns. Each agent is great on its own, but together they form a really efficient marketing machine.
That's kind of wild and a little scary when you think about where this could all go.
Yeah,
It really does seem like something huge is happening, like as big as the internet or smartphones, you know?
it could be. He doesn't shy away from that at all. He actually says this shift to an agent-driven world, it could be as profound as the Industrial Revolution. And not just how we work, but how we live our lives.
Okay, that's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
As we wrap up here, what do you think this means for the average person? Should we be excited, scared?
I think it's a little of both, to be honest. I mean, the good stuff could be amazing. Imagine a world where all those little everyday tasks are just done for you. You'd have so much more time and energy for the things you actually care about.
That does sound pretty idyllic. But I bet some people are thinking, wait, what about my job? What happens if these agents can do what I do?
Yeah, he gets that. It's a valid concern. But he doesn't think AI is going to replace us. He thinks it's going to help us be even better at what we do, more efficient, creative, more human in our work, if that makes sense.
So it's not about man versus machine, it's man with machine.
Exactly. He ends by saying, the future belongs not to those who fear AI, but to those who embrace its potential to empower and elevate humanity.
I love that. Well, the AI revolution is here. It's up to us to figure out how we're going to deal with it. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be one heck of a ride. Thanks for diving deep with us. Until next time.